What's going on, everybody? Doc and Sloth back again from the Average Gamer, guys. This time, starting up a new series. We are doing a series where we're going to cover each month the different games for gold. Wow, we are jumping literally right into the middle of this. Oh my goodness.
This is something we've been seeing a little bit of, actually. We're kind of just being thrown into some of this stuff sometimes. But this is a game called Evolve. This game was out a little while ago, but is now something that we are going to see hopefully a rise in player base, because it is the game with gold. And for the first time, I think, in a long time, we are seeing a rise in player base for something like this on a game that is actually a triple A title. We are not playing a game with gold that is kind of a rinky-dink game. This is a pretty well-known big game. So this was also a game that was actually relatively popular. At least the idea of it was when it first came out. I actually rented the game, but ended up not buying it because I just didn't know how much longevity it would have. And I think that kind of turned out to be a good decision over the course of a little while. But it's a game I'm actually happy to be playing again, though. So basically, the idea is that you and three other people can either play as the hunters, or you as your you can take your pick. Pardon me, I'm trying to do too many things at once. You can take your pick to be the monster. So it's kind of a cooperative PvP kind of idea. It's really interesting, actually. It was kind of too ambitious, I think, when it comes right down to it. But it was kind of similar to Overwatch in that it's only online. There's not really a story to speak of. There are cutscenes in between your games that kind of count as a story, somewhat similar to Titanfall's quote unquote campaign in the first game. But it's neat. You kind of interact. Your decisions and your successes or lack thereof actually affect how well you do in the next mission and the coming missions and things like that. So it's neat, but it's probably a little bit too ambitious. Not particularly going to keep your attention for long periods of time. And I think that was actually the downfall of this game.
Yeah, so
The downfall of me is going to be this Kraken.
yes, yes. So like Sloth said, there's quite a few different game modes that you can play. So there is quite a few, might be an exaggeration. There's a few different game modes you can play. The one we're in right now is kind of a cooperative. It's only hunters essentially versus an AI monster or AI monsters. There is no player-controlled AI monster, which is good because if it was, I'd probably be dead right there. There's also just like quick play options where you can do hunt, defend. I can't honestly even remember what the third one is. And then there are also solo options. That's actually what I did, and I recommend if you guys download this and you're playing it like we are with just games for gold, you're just trying to get your feet wet, go into the solo options, play one of the essentially the 5 different map versions that we're in right now, get your feet wet, get used to some of the characters. That's probably the biggest lure for me in the game, has just been the fact that you get to use a bunch of different characters, which is really cool. That was the one nice thing that they did for this game, was you don't have to worry about playing, and Sloth can tell you a little bit more about it because again he got a little bit more hands-on time with it. But in the original version, you kind of had to play, master your current character to unlock other characters. In this one, you get all the characters right up front, which I think honestly that's the way they got to do it, in order to keep people in it and playing and enjoying this game for as long as they're going to have the audience for it. But this is definitely a series we wanted to do. You're getting to see us come in here. This is a game kind of right up our alley. Honestly, if you're kind of a fan, this reminds me a little bit. Again, Overwatch is a good idea for it. I would say the Borderlands series is another one that if you're kind of a fan of that, this is going to be really right up your alley as well. Obviously, no story-based missions, but just the kind of the player focus and the team focus, and then So overall, we're having fun with it. And like I said, this is definitely something we want to do. The 1st and the 15th of every month is just do highlight on the different games for gold that a lot of you and us are honestly all playing.
Yeah, and it's interesting that the biggest thing that we noticed was holy load times.
Oh yeah.
There are a lot of load times in this game. The kind of cooperative that you do, Doc and I just kind of wanted it to just be just me and him, and we just wanted to play a little bit, kind of learn things and get to know things. That's not really an option. You kind of pick your style that you want to do, and then it kind of matches us with some other people. And I mean, it is what it is. That's okay. But we sat through like 6 different loading screens before we actually got to play, just because it was loading this and then loading that and finding more people and then giving everybody time to pick their hero and all that. So it was interesting. Definitely a game focused on a lot of loading and stuff like that. So be aware of that when you're going to do it. We kind of want to highlight the positives and the negatives of these when we do them, because yeah, it's a free game, but is it worth downloading? I know we've seen a lot, as of late, we've seen a lot of games for gold that weren't even worth downloading. So
yeah. Oh, yeah.
This was kind of a welcome change, but definitely a game that you're probably going to get sick of eventually. Not going to really have the longevity. We've kind of compared it to a few different games, and I think the best thing to do is to kind of look at it as a less successful Overwatch.
Yep.
You have all these different characters with these different abilities, and they can mesh really well, or they can counter other things really well. But you also see a lot of, well, I'm only playing these 4 game types, even though, you know, they kind of tried to make it feel different. I'm still only playing like 4 game types over and over and over.
Right.
So there is a decent amount of that. But I think Overwatch holds its target audience a little bit better, just because it's one of the best of its type. So that's going to be kind of a big difference there. But that is kind of at least a good way to think about it, and a good way to think about what this game is going to bring.
Yeah, I mean, we are having fun with it. Like Sloth said, we do want to highlight. We'll take a look. Heavy Weapon is one of the other games for gold. That is an Xbox 360 kind of arcade shooter. We played the crap out of that when we were in college together, so we might just upload that just for the fun of it. But if this is a series, this is something you like us doing, we got no problem downloading the games, just giving our impressions on them. And then if we like them, kind of like this game, we'll probably play this a little bit, maybe give some tips and tricks again. You guys kind of know, if you've been around on the channel, that's kind of what we like to do, and enjoy. We honestly should just go fight this monster, because if we kill this guy, we'll win. And I think we got him.
There he is.
Boom. That's a good win. That is a good win.
I tend to gravitate to the medics, and right there I played Val, because I knew that this map particularly, you keep falling back and you have big sight lines, and she has a sniper rifle. I just kept trank darting the guy so he could not get away, because the most frustrating thing is all of these monsters are incredibly fast. They just zoom around the map, and just it's incredibly annoying to try and shoot them. So I just kept tranking him while everybody else was shooting him. But yeah, that's exactly what we want to do. We want to get to know this game a little bit better, so that we understand some more of the strategies that mesh, the players that come together, things like that. And kind of do some tips and tricks and stuff, and maybe hopefully soon get the opportunity to kind of play with some subs. It's a free game, so everybody should have it, assuming you found it worth it. I think it is worth it to at least play it and have some fun with it. Nothing lost other than some data caps from your ISP, I guess, but it's worth it to me. And you know, hopefully maybe this will be a really good series that we could start playing with some subs.
Yeah, for sure. You guys are just on my screen right now seeing player progression after each map, especially when you do essentially these 5 rounds, kind of a mini story based, if you will. You're going to see how you can level up the different character. I'm actually doing really good on this one. I'm almost going to make it to the 2nd tier for a lot of this. But pretty cool. Again, a lot of different players to come in and play. A lot of like RPG type elements where you're actually upgrading your character, making it better, unlocking new skills, and then you have overall player progression level, which unlocks yourself universal skills that you can use. So a lot of really cool stuff that you can do here. Like Sloth said, definitely recommend it, and let us know down below again if this is a series we do want to continue it. We thought it was a cool idea, and it gives us a little bit more variability in the channel. That way, we're not only playing like Halo Wars 2 and like Call of Duty or whatever. And again, like Saw said, games that everybody has. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. We'll kind of leave you with this one, just a quick 10-minute video or so, just to kind of again give our initial impressions on Evolve, and then look forward, like I said, for another video coming out soon. Hopefully we can lock down a time and play with you guys, some of you guys. But yeah, so let us know. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that like, hit that subscribe button, follow us on Twitter, join the Average Gamer Guys Club. I've been Doc, that's been Sloth. We're Average Gamer Guys. Thank you so much for watching. We'll check you next time.